Hi, I'm Alton, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going over a different product. This is going to be a 2018 Volvo T5 XC60, which is one of their newest arrivals on one of their newest models. Now this one Volvo definitely expects to be a head changer. One of the reasons why I love doing this is so you can feel how that four-cylinder turbocharger is going to feel while you're behind the steering wheel. That's one of the biggest questions most people will have when they're actually looking at Volvo, which the four-cylinder, 2.0 liter turbocharged engine or supercharged engine is typically what Volvo is actually into and what they're doing now. So let me introduce you to the product we're going to be going over, and then once I do that, I'll remove you from my driver's seat so we can take off and I can show you a little bit about the performance. First and foremost, let's get you out of the driver's seat. This is the 2018 Volvo XC60 T5 all-wheel drive Momentum. As you can see, it looks like a miniature XC60 or XC90. Let's give you the side profile, and we're off. We're going to go ahead and close the rear hatch. And get behind the steering wheel. Quick shot of what we're driving behind the steering wheel. Remember, Volvo is a brand that makes most of their new items with a lot of options. So at a lower price than some of your other luxury models, you're going to be getting a very well optioned Volvo SUV or four-door sedans. Alright, so let's get you stable here. Gonna take it, shift into drive. Notice my cell phone is well positioned. It's such a good place to put your cell phone. It's propped and everything in place, so don't have to worry about it shaking and moving around. There's our navigation, which we can also move in behind the steering wheel. And it actually shows here that I'm in drive. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my seatbelt. Give you a glimpse of what's out in front of me. So I'm going to start a little different than what I normally do. I'm going to go ahead and start with being a little bit more aggressive than I normally am. So let's go ahead and do so. Stop position. Taking off. Nice grab into the curb. Typically don't start with more of an immediate, impactful start, but there you have it. You can feel the movement of the camera, which gives you a sense of how you're going to move in the cockpit, how comfortable you're going to be, but at the same time, I wanted to show you from a performance standpoint. Now, if you look to the bottom left, or which would be right over here, you can see my fingers actually moving, that is where your speed is. You can actually see there the speed. At the same time, you can see the road and the traffic in front of us. Now, I'm coming up on Independence Boulevard. We're going to be turning off from Margaret Wallace. As I make this right turn, I'm going to give it a bit of a heavy acceleration so you can see the feel and how immediate it's going to be if you're merging into traffic. So stop point. Going to go ahead and turn out. Now it's to the floor. Absolutely love the feel. We're actually moving. You can see that we're all the way up at 65. Not to run lights or anything, but that's caught me at an inappropriate time there with the yellow. We're going to keep moving forward. So right now we're actually at 54. There again, if you forgot, you can see the speed limit there. I'm going to take you in behind the dash. That's your view that you're actually going to have while you're driving. You can take the navigation out or you can leave it there if you would like, your choice. I'm going to go up for a little bit more and then I'll take it and turn around. And going at 60, if I decided to accelerate, I can get up to 70 pretty immediate. And I say that because often you will hear those that are slightly older mention they always have a hard time or a difficult time merging into traffic. You're not going to have that problem with this vehicle at all. Has a pretty good grip around the curb as well. If you saw earlier, witnessed earlier, you can see a little bit of the road signs. We're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Had a little bit of rain here over the past couple of hours or yesterday. But outside of that, it's been great weather. I'm going a little bit faster than what I would originally want to. The speed limit's about 50, and as you can tell, it's can be somewhat easy to get the speed north of 50, 55 driving this particular vehicle. Now you can feel the smoothness of the vehicle from the movement of the camera, and remember, I'm trying not to be quite as shaky, holding you in a pretty stable situation, but very smooth, very quiet as well, so you can enjoy your songs, your Bluetooth conversations streaming through the vehicle's audio system. Just to show you as well, I'm going to zoom out just a touch. Steering wheel play. If I move the steering wheel, the vehicle is reacting. So there's not a lot of looseness at all. You will hear that from people at time to time where the steering wheel is pretty loose, but pretty spot on, as you can tell there. So I'm doing about 67, and it does not feel like it at all. Very calm ride. So here's my intention is right at about 60, 65, I'm going to do another heavy acceleration. Now keep in mind there again, you will see the speed limit increase, or the speed increase from the dash here. And at the same time, you get a sense of what that acceleration is going to feel like. So as soon as we straighten up here, which we are, going to go ahead and lay into it. As you can tell, got up to 75 there pretty quickly. So a very spontaneous vehicle is how I would describe that. If you're changing lanes, you can definitely do so. Don't feel like I'm losing control at all. We'll take Eastway Drive. I'll show you the turning radius of the vehicle. As you're braking. Curves there again. And of course, you'll notice I'll get somewhat aggressive when there's no traffic around. But outside of that, I like to keep it rather calm. Don't want to scare anybody I may be riding along the roads with. Now, of course, the T5 model, you do have a T6 XC90 and T6 XC60. The T6 model simply means you're going to have 316 horsepower versus having 250, which you typically find on the T5 model. There is no third row in the XC60, so you don't have to worry there. It's only 2 rows of seats, 5 passengers. Who says Charlotte, North Carolina doesn't have road rage? So we're going to get you turned back around here and stable as I can actually get. We're going to get a green light. We'll do a quick U-turn. You can see the distance we're going to be traveling. It's basically the width of 2 lanes. And we're going to go ahead and proceed and make that U-turn. No problem at all. nowhere close to the side of the road, which would have basically taken me into the concrete slab there. So from here, we're going to get back on Independence. I'll actually keep it as short as possible. You've seen a little bit of the performance. You've seen a bit of the curbs. Give you one more curb. And we'll shoot down Independence Boulevard back to our destination. Now remember, Volvo's philosophy is accidents happen not because of the car, but because of the people or because of the drivers. So there's a number of things in place to keep you in a safe position. Not only in the seating, of course, but as far as the car. So we're going to merge into traffic. No problem doing so. You can hear the interior of the car. Of course, you're going to get a little bit of engine noise. You also have Volvo's active lane keeping aid. I'm not going to go into that. You definitely want to tune in on another video. But with the lane keeping aid, I can just let it do its thing, and it doesn't allow me to actually change lanes. If you're passing or you're someone who's always ducking and dodging in traffic, makes it very easy to accelerate and move within the necessary lanes or the necessary traffic around you. And right now we're doing 68 coming along a curve. As you can see, a very nice vehicle. Performance is spot on. Volvo's been one of the top 10 engines in the world the past couple years. Not a bad vehicle. Don't let the performance stop you. Matter of fact, the performance may be one of the very reasons why you actually decide to purchase the car.